All right, Canada flag part, I think we're on 4. So earlier today, the grinding you hearing in the back is the CNC working on a project. So we went ahead, we planed up this beautiful maple, and yeah, it turned out real well. In fact, there's literally no deficiencies in the lamination. So fantastic, right? And here's hoping my phone doesn't fill up with this video footage and I have to keep starting it over and over again. But anyways, we're going to take our rough template, we're going to sit it over this, kind of figure out that's roughly where we're going to go. And I did sharpen a pencil earlier. Here we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick trace. Now this is just a rough trace designed purely to give us some perspective on it. When we actually do the carving, it will make it more personalized, more unique. This is just to give us a baseline or a foundation for completing the flag. Okay, so we'll get this traced. Because one of the things that happens when you carve wood is the wood itself will let it be carved the way it wants. And I know that sounds a little bit on the loopy side, but you know, the grain is in a particular pattern. You take it with the chisel, it's going to go maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead, we'll put this in place here. And like I said, this is just rough, just to give us some perspective as we go through. Make sure we catch the back side of the flag. I've done a few of these now, and I kind of got a little bit of a process. The process seems, you know, rather rudimentary, but there it is. So we've taken that, and we've got our outline. You'll notice that we still have a significant amount of wood here. And there's a reason for that. As I start to carve, I may choose a little bit longer, or maybe, you know, I don't know. When I get into this mode, when I'm actually going to cut this up, we'll see what it comes out as. Because what I end up finding is I'll start freehanding. You know, I'll kind of give you an example here. You see, you know, so I'm looking at this. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna maybe bring that down a little bit, and you know, here, you know. Oh, I see, yeah. So what happens is this project will take some time because I will approach it much like an artist and a canvas. You know, I've got that rudimentary feel to it, but you know, I want sharp torn flag. I don't want it to be a dull edge like this. So we'll go ahead, we'll, you know, put a couple, and then as we get into the middle here, I'm like, you know, the flag is roughly in here. Right? I'm like, all right, well, you know, maybe this here is a little bit more of a, you know, a little bit more long. You know, maybe that bullet or whatever it was, you know, without sacrificing the stability of the flag, I'll make sure that what I'm actually carving here would look relatively realistic. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of finish this off here. Oh, that actually was that's actually looking pretty good. Oh, I like that. Oh, is I walk away. This will sit on the shelf for a few days. Why? Simple. Tunnel vision. I don't want to just be agreeing with myself that says this is it. I want to come back at it. I want to look at it. I'll turn on some lights. I'll change the lighting. I want to make sure that when I do this, I'm thinking about that, because when we go to the finishing and we're burning this and we're carving it and we're scraping it, I want to try and catch light from different angles. So it takes a lot of time to make it, and at least how I like to make it. Okay. And then of course on the back edge, you can see here, right? I've penciled it up. Then on the back edge and along the bottom here, you know, same thing. I'm going to try and figure out what I'm going to do here. You know, I might come in a little bit further, go a little bit out, you know. And, you know, the big thing here is there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's whatever I feel is going to tell the story. So you can see here just, you know, getting some rough ideas. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to sit back. We'll just sit like this. And as I come back into the shop, I might look at it and be like, you know what? I don't like this. I want this to change. So I'll make some changes to it and I'll augment it. So yeah, welcome to part 4. Creativity. You can cut the wood, but now you've got to make the wood look and feel what you want for the end product, and thinking about what that's going to look like. I've got lots of photos of the other products that I've done, so I can always refer back and see some of the changes I've made. But each one starts with that template and then is customized based on the grain, my mood, the sun, whatever. Anyways, we're going to set this aside. We're going to let this sit for a few days. Come back at it, look at it kind of every morning, maybe every night, bring out the pencil, see what we can do, and we'll take it from there. All right? Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, and you'll know when I shoot up some more footage, and we'll get this one underway. I'm also not going to start the next flag because I want this one to get to a certain line. Once that line is crossed, which is basically I start cutting it and it's kind of at that point of finishing, then I'll start the next one because I don't want them to be identical. I don't want to take what I feel about this one